Gone are the days when artists could just disappear into their little cave for months or years at a time, and then re-emerge to the outside world with a brand new masterpiece, and get paid a crap ton of money and be cemented in history while at it. Obviously, most arts enthusiasts nowadays aren't willing to pay any artist with that kind of return of investment if you spend 4 long years painting some old dude's building that's just chilling in their backyard. It's easy to romanticize being an artist in this day and age when most of the popular content we see are other cool artists on the internet spending their days in their aesthetically cozy setup and working on their drawing all day long. I too was once delusional into believing that being an artist was all about the relaxing vibe and comfortable drawing in their studio all day. And I was absolutely in love with that vision. But there will be far more moments of self-doubt, being overly critical of your own work, and even hating your own art. Many moments of thinking your art is never good enough, or that your art sucks. In a world of social media numbers, it is also easy to get fixated with tying your personal worth and deeming an art piece as a success based on the amount of likes, shares, retweets an illustration has, or the amount of followers we have. Or an artist is only truly an artist when they do art professionally for well-known clients. It's definitely a very common mindset amongst creative individuals who literally pours a lot of their time and energy into their work. The struggle to enjoy what you're creating is definitely not something those romanticized cozy reels and videos artists show. Many of us started drawing as kids and have experienced that nice fuzzy feeling of being proud of your little doodles and running around and showing all of our friends, teachers, and parents. Heck, even back then, social media didn't even exist, so we had no concept of getting external validation on our own art with social media likes and whatnot. But the reality is, as we get older and become more hyper-aware of ourselves and put a lot of our thoughts on our own self-worth, previous comments made by others start to affect us. We start striving to improve ourselves, which could lead to unhealthy self-criticism. Some of us may even outgrow wanting to create art altogether. In this day and age, social media has made it easy for us to be blasted with all of these artists' success stories and really talented people breaking into the animation or video game industry at a young age, or seeing whole 13-year-olds painting at the same skill level as Leonardo da Vinci. And so many college students having huge social media followers and seemingly are able to land cool gigs through them. And even those entertainment YouTubers that have started picking up a pencil a year ago and have found huge leap of improvement. It is so easy for one to end up comparing themselves to others or hyperfixate on low social media numbers or recognition from other artists and then deciding that they're not cut out for this and eventually give up on their dreams or any desire to create. I think it's good to acknowledge when something is mentally unhealthy and try to get to the root cause, because I ain't gonna keep creating if I keep self-sabotaging myself. So how did I change my mindset? How the heck does one keep drawing even when no one else seems to care about your art? I had to let go of this idea that if I ever tried something, I had to do it to prove something to someone else by needing to be really good at it. Did I really need to expect my work to be at the same level of someone who has trained in a very intensive art college for 4 years straight? The moment I stopped telling myself that my work had to be at a specific level in a very small time frame was when I stopped having so much anxiety with drawing. Art is a very personal journey and one that everyone has their own different pace. In a world of seeing so much gorgeous art on social media platforms from artists of all different walks of life, we are constantly bombarded with great art that resonates with an audience. And sometimes a lot of these pieces are so amazing that they are most definitely drawn by someone with an insane amount of skills. And as we're wanting to see more of their work, we then hop on their profile and it's filled with even more masterpieces. And we're left to wonder if there was ever a time where they drew like an amateur. Whenever I got into this headspace of, oh man, I've already graduated university and I'm not landing a job at, I don't know, Disney, I must have messed up somewhere. But in thinking that, I'm ignoring all of the years and years of filling out sketchbook or starting on a webtoon or even those sleepless nights of trying to get an illustration done. And those very few pieces that I was personally proud of. What I'm getting at is that when we see other people being successful, it's not an indication that we ourselves have failed. Or if we don't get things right the first time, it's not and should not be considered a failure. I have also watched an interview that even the most renowned storyboard artists that have worked on your favorite animated feature film still need to do tons and tons of drawing warm-ups every morning, or even hundreds of sketches of a single character before tackling their storyboard sequence. We just aren't exposed to their headspace or the hours of work they have to put in before making their first mark, and the painstaking undos they've had to do on their drawing program. The learning never truly ends. Most of these platforms have people only posting finished and polished pieces. We're not seeing the behind the scenes or their messy sketch phases. Nowadays, I do feel that artists have been sharing a lot of their workflow, so that's been pretty cool. Drawing and practicing, it's like grinding in a video game, well, specifically a JRPG. You basically progress through the game from one boss battle to the next, but then each boss becomes progressively more and more difficult. So in between each boss battle, you'll need to grind up and level up your character until it's strong enough to take on the next big fight. But when you watch a gamer's highlight YouTube video, it'll likely be edited down to only show the reactions when encountering a boss fight and not the hours and hours of grinding and practice they had to do off screen for the past 40 hours prior. The same could be applied to all of those really cool artists we see and admire online. We're mainly only shown their finished pieces and their super fast speed paint that bypasses all of the long hours spent in real time. And a lot of these professional artists probably don't even have a social media presence. Or if they do, they might not be as active and post once in a blue moon. And the ones that didn't manage to get a job because an art director noticed their stuff on social media are simply not cases that happen too often. So while the idea that posting art and getting a good reception on social media can be very validating and a good test audience to see if your work resonates with a general crowd, it's definitely not a clear-cut indicator if your work is suited for your dream job. Sure, my art isn't recognizable or at a super skilled level yet, and frankly there isn't many eyes on me, and a lot of people probably wouldn't even know I existed if I suddenly stopped making art today. But I also do take it as a blessing at the moment because I don't have any pressure to appease an audience, and I'm allowed to experiment, try new things, continuously fail, and slowly find out what I truly want to create. Numbers on the internet should not be the ones that decide whether or not we should continue to create, and definitely should not be what decides how we're going to create. Most of the time, being an artist is living and acknowledging that there will be many moments of never feeling as good as we want to be. However, we just keep going even when times are difficult. I feel that's definitely what makes passion in anything creative the most beautiful things in the world. And when you find that gold rush of creating something that fulfills you, that is even more beautiful. And the more you keep drawing, the more you will know exactly what you want to bring into this world. Most of you guys are probably watching this in the future, sometime after this video has been uploaded, but if you do notice the upload date, it is Thanksgiving in some parts of the world. I didn't want to do a whole separate video on this, so I just shoved it here. You're welcome to click off if you hate listening to sappiness. With that said, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. There are many things I'm grateful for in the world away from the internet, but I am also grateful to everyone who has stumbled upon my video one way or another. When I first started the channel, 6 years ago, I had only intended to just drop a couple of speed paint videos and forget about this channel. Being a YouTuber or making actual edited videos wasn't really even on my mind. But back then, my PC could not even run the editing program without crashing. Even attempting to upload a simple time-lapse onto the program was a difficult enough task. So whether you have stumbled upon my content from my webtoons, Instagram, TikTok, or right here on YouTube, thank you so very much for watching. But there are so many projects I want to try out and then show you all. Like doing more comic project or uploading more webtoons episode, definitely gonna be doing that soon. More ambitious digital painting and even 2D animation. I don't expect to become some big YouTuber or anything, but I'm happy to just share some fun art things with you all. I hope to keep creating art even if I've become delusional or old and crusty. So once again, many thanks to all of you watching. That's all for me today. Whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or not, I hope you all have a lovely meal surrounded by all of your loved ones. Keep drawing and wishing you all an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye!